Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting installment of Let's Play Jagged Alliance 2. I'm your host, as always, Figuraf37. And today, we're going to be kicking it where we left off back in Omerta. Now, I said not to worry about that Drassen Airport name because that's where we're going to be heading next. Okay, now, when we stopped, we had just beat the living crap out of all the dudes out here. So everybody's dead. And now, it's time to just get a little story going here.
Mommy said never talk to strangers.
I think it might actually be a little too loud. Let's go ahead and turn that down just a bit. That's better. Okay, that was Pankos. He's just a little kid.
I'm on it.
He leads you to his mom, Fatima, who's who you have to talk to.
Why are you here? How could it be that you were sent by Enrico? He has been dead for more than 10 years. You want me to believe that you are working for a dead man? I would suggest that you leave Omerta before you, yourself, become one.
To progress a story, you have to give her this letter that's automatically in your inventory in the beginning of the game. Now, sometimes I've accidentally thrown it, and I can't pick it up again because it's on the bed or something weird, and I can't progress the story. I have to restart. That always sucks. But just give her the letter, and it begins the next part of the story.
A letter from Enrico Civaldori. He has not forgotten us. Very few people are aware that he's alive. As far as most of the people in Aruco are concerned, he was murdered over a decade ago. We had given up hope of ever hearing from Enrico again. Who would believe that someone living in the comforts of exile would care about this dismal country? Very well then. Follow me. Do not make any quick moves. Miguel's men will be nervous. You do not wish to intimidate them. Vidrana has brutally bombed and attacked us for over 2 straight months.
Now we're going to go ahead and play Follow the Leader until we get to the rebel hideout. You can't just, even if you know where it is, you can't just run ahead of her or else she just stops. And she has to be there so she can talk to the guy at the door to let you in. Which is kind of stupid, but, what are you going to do?
I'm on it.
See? She just stopped. She's going again now, though. For the next little bit, there's just going to be, cutscenes, basically. Just the rebels talking to you about, their plight and all that stuff. Nothing really exciting. We'll get to more exciting stuff when we actually attack Drassen. Then things will start to heat up. Now also, this is where you can get your first actual in the field mercenary person to join you. Her name's Ira, and she's up here.
Done.
Although she sucks, she's not that great. She only has 55 marksmanship and 40 medical. She says she was used as a field medic, but her medical is only 40, so I don't see how good that is. It's not really worth it in my opinion. I usually just skip her. There are better people out in the field, like Hamus. Dynamo is pretty good. Conrad Gillett, but I'll talk about him later when we actually get to him.
We will go down, but if you make mistake, Fatima, you will die with them. Do not move, and no one will die. Fatima say they are here to help us. She says she have proof, Carlos.
Enrico has enlisted mercenaries to aid us in the struggle. I have a letter addressed to Miguel. It is signed by Enrico himself and contains details of the night we helped him flee Aruco. Details only he would know.
Enrico? Civaldori? Most most suspicious. I question his reasons. I do not. Let me see this letter.
Here.
Be true. Enrico has sent men to help us. On behalf of my rebel force and the people of Arulco, I welcome you. We are very much in need of your aid. Titana wishes to remove Omerta from the map of this country.
She is evil, a driven bitch.
That will do, Ira. I'm sure our friends have heard of her nature. If not, they will know soon enough. Not if we take her out first. Let me tell you, most women I take out don't even know how to read a map. I have lost over 30 men in the last month. My force is down to the people you see here. But I do have a few trusted people living in the Arulco countryside. The people of Arulco would overthrow Titana with pleasure, but they live in fear of her, and rightfully so. She be heartless and brutal. She has robbed our country of its money and its soul. Getting their confidence be our biggest problem. The people must feel we are capable of defeating her. Yet, without their support, we cannot. We are missing soldiers and equipment. You could not have come at a better time. We are short of food too, Miguel. We need safe passage to Drazen, or more people will die. Yes. Carlos be my close advisor. He is right. He usually be right. Making a safe route to Drazen to get supplies be a priority. If you can remove Divana's forces from your path, there is a priest in Drazen named Father Walker. He be a drunk of poor judgment. However, he will be sympathetic to our situation. Find him, and tell him no more than you need to. I will send others to fetch the supplies he will gather. I wish you luck, and express my gratitude.
Okay, that's the end of the cutscene. Wasn't that long. Alright, basically if I hit recruit for there, all that's going to happen is he's going to say that he and Carlos cannot go. They won't join you until you occupy like 4 cities. But he will say that Ira over here can join you. And I really don't want to because she's completely useless. With 55 marksmanship and pistols, she's not going to hit very many things. You're better off just skipping her. There'll be more down the road, don't worry. Okay. Now here we have the map screen. And this is where you can move your mercs from sector to sector. If you just want to move an individual one, hit their name or hit squad, and that'll do everyone in that particular squad, and then they'll all move. So we're gonna head over here, right on the outskirts of Drazen, because I like to. Oh, wait, more cutscene.
This better be good. Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness, but one of our North patrols has been attacked.
Elliot, you idiot! We crushed those rebels in Omerta! How can it be?
From what we have learned, Your Majesty, the rebels seem to have some sort of foreign aid, commando types. We speculate they arrived on the helicopter that was spotted earlier.
Commando types? What sort of commando types? From where?
They may be hired mercenaries, Your Highness. There weren't many.
What? How would the rebels get the means to recruit mercenaries? Well, no matter. Send me their bodies for examination.
The rebel party seems to have used the element of surprise to their advantage, my queen. They defeated us.
Send my troops to the location at once.
Yes, Your Highness.
Alright, 2 things to note about that is that 1, Didrana is way more volatile than that. She's very tame in the beginning of the game. She doesn't really take it as like a big threat. Just wait until we take over Drazen, you'll see. And 2, she doesn't actually send troops to Omerta. No troops ever enter Omerta. I don't know why, they just don't. You also cannot train militia in Omerta. But let's continue moving. Maybe we'll get lucky and fight some dudes. Yep, here we go. Alright, now this is the first time that you're actually going to see this little panel right here. This is the enemy encounter panel. Now, what it has right here is the participants of the battle, right here, which is just VGraph. And down here is the uninvolved people. This is everybody else in your team that's not in this area to fight. Now you got 3 buttons here that you can push. You've got the auto resolve button, and I'll come back to that in a sec. The go to sector button, if you hit that, it takes you to the area to actually manually do the battle and kill people. That's what you'll be hitting most of the time. Retreat mercs, that's good if your mercs are wounded, they're, you know, you're trying to get away from people and they're following you, or you know, you're low on energy or something, you just accidentally stumble into a big group of enemies, hit the retreat mercs. It will automatically make them retreat to the last sector they were in, which is pretty useful. Now, auto resolve is a weird little button, because if you're doing it with militia, if it's militia versus soldiers and your mercs aren't in the battle, it'll automatically do auto resolve, and the militia will decimate the enemy. I mean, it could be 20 militiamen versus 20 soldiers, which is the max you can have on each side, and they will just tear each other up. Oh, I am out of time. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do this in part 3 then. So I'll go ahead and catch you guys later. I'll do part 3 like right after this, but I gotta stop so I don't go over my time then. Alright, see you in part 3.